How did Hurricane Harvey affect the U.S. dollar? As former U.S. President George Bush can testify, a man-made or natural disaster can make or break a presidency. So as Hurricane Harvey swept across the American coastline, all eyes were on the response of the combustible Donald Trump and his ability to coordinate the government's response. As for X, the U.S. president has acquitted himself well so far. However, he would not be human if he was not distracted by the impact that the recent natural disaster has had on the markets. In this post, we will assess the impact of Hurricane Harvey on the U.S. markets and ask whether it has exacerbated the existing issues within the oil sector. How did Hurricane Harvey affect the U.S. dollar and oil markets? In truth, Hurricane Harvey has wrought havoc at the worst possible time for the markets, particularly as it came shortly after the emergence of fresh tensions between the U.S. and North Korea. This has not only triggered a considerable sell-off of the greenback, yet it has also sent the dollar spiraling towards its longest losing streak in nearly 14 years. It also touched a 12.5-year low against the vast majority of major currencies earlier this week, extending a year-long slide that reflects the dwindling confidence that exists in Donald Trump's economic policies. Even the ailing pound has rebounded against the dollar, while the EUR-USD pairing surged past the $1.20 mark for the first time since January 2015 in the wake of Hurricane Harvey. Hantech Markets was one of numerous brokerage sites that charted the fall of the dollar, sending investors diving for cover and seeking out more risk-averse assets in the currency market. The oil market has also been adversely affected, with Hurricane Harvey reportedly closing around 25% of the output from the Gulf of Mexico as devastating winds damaged refineries all along the coast. This sent already low prices plunging further to around $51.50 per barrel, amid wider concerns that the level of market confidence in regulator OPEC had reached a new low. With the regulator's production caps proving increasingly ineffective, the level of sentiment among investors has continued to plummet throughout 2017. The bottom line: how Hurricane Harvey has exposed dwindling sentiment in the U.S. markets. There is a clear theme here, as rather than being the primary cause of market declines, Hurricane Harvey has merely exacerbated the dwindling levels of confidence that exist in currency and oil among investors. More specifically, it has exposed the lack of confidence that investors are showcasing in President Trump's economic policies, particularly in the case of the greenback, which has fallen incrementally in value since the second financial quarter. From a practical perspective, there is also considerable uncertainty surrounding the bottom line cost, along with economic implications of repairs and the Hurricane Harvey relief effort. This will automatically place a strain on an already weakening dollar and provide a huge area of concern among investors. Although this pales in comparison with the good that such an investment will perform, ultimately, it is a space for investors to watch with interest in the months ahead. But hedging against the dollar seems to be the best policy in the current climate. Author bio Luke Atkinson Kent worked as a financial analyst in London after graduating in economics from the University of Manchester. Taking this experience and mixing in his passion for journalism, Luke has gone on to work for himself, writing freelance financial news pieces. He has produced detailed reports on stock market movements as well as financial current affairs articles for a number of high-profile online publications. 7.